Namaste. This clipping is on calculation of national income through the income method and also the precautions that one has to undertake while calculating the same. So, what are the steps involved in calculation of national income through the income method? Number one, identify the various production units and the number of factors that they are going to employ for the production activity. So, after identification of the production units, an estimation of the factor payment can be done through the number of factors employed by them. You already understood in the previous clipping that the compensation of employees, rent, interest and profit altogether they make up the operating surplus, and the mixed income, they are the components. So, COE plus operating surplus, which in other words is rent plus interest plus profit, plus a mixed income, which is an aggregation of all the factor incomes that is generated by the production units, will result in the net domestic product at factor cost. Why is it the NDPFC? Because it is at the factory level, the cost of the factors is evaluated, and also it is very much the production units within the Indian domestic territory or the domestic territory of the nation. Thereby it will be the net domestic product at factor cost. From there on, to arrive at the national product, which is NNPFC, NFIA has to be added. NDPFC plus NFIA will give you NNPFC. So this calculation, you are already familiar with it in the previous clippings. So let me repeat. The aggregation of all the factor incomes through the income method will be NDPFC. NDPFC plus the net factor income from abroad will give you the national income or the NNPFC. So that is how income method is useful in calculating the NNPFC. Now, what are the precautions that are to be undertaken in this particular method? One has to remember that it is only the factor income and not the transfer income which is going to be taken into account. So all the factor payments are only aggregated. That is the first precaution. Second precaution is that the income that is received due to sale of second-hand products is not to be included. Even in the value added method, you understood that sale and purchase of the second-hand products is not to be included. Same precaution has to be followed even here. The income receipt received, the income receipt or the income received due to sale of second-hand goods is not to be included under this method. Number 3, sale of shares or sale of any financial assets, the income thereupon will not be included under this method because it's only a financial transfer and there is no productive activity happening out there. So, it is a transfer payment, not a factor payment. Thereby, it is not to be included under this method. Number 4, windfall gains are not to be considered. What are these windfall gains? Windfall gains are winning in lottery, winning in horse race and so on. So those are all, not the receipts, factor receipts, or not due to the productive activity. Thereby, it is not to be included in the national income calculation. Number 5, imputed rent and imputed rate of interest is very much to be included. I repeat, imputed rent and imputed interest is very much to be included as factor payments under this particular method. This also in the previous clipping you have understood that if the entrepreneur is going to employ his own factors in the business, then the concept of imputed rent or imputed interest arises. A sole proprietor bringing in his own capital and bringing in his own land and employing the same in his own business. So such self or owner occupied land and owner supplied capital, they give rise to the imputed rentals and the imputed rate of interest. They are very much to be included under this method. The last one is the payment that is done out of past savings, like that of the capital gains tax and then the wealth tax and so on. So they are not made out of the current income, they are made out of the previous income or the saved up income. So for the same reason, they are not to be included in the calculation of national income during the current year of calculation. So these are all the precautions that one has to undertake in calculation of national income through the income method. In the next clipping, we will see the last method or the expenditure method of calculating the national income. Thank you.